One of the West Plains National Historic Sites celebrated 60 years last year, and our Adrian Carbajal was able to get an in-depth look into how its crews kept our country safe.
For those unfamiliar with the history of the Minuteman missiles, there are 3 different sites which span 43 acres of land: the Visitor Center, Delta 9 Launch Facility Silo, and the Delta 1 Launch Control Center. Delta 9 and Delta 1 facilities were used during the Cold War as nuclear deterrents and were rarely seen by civilians while in use.
When we came in the morning, we had to get cleared through the gate, and we would call in over our radio and say something like, "This is strip 2152, Captain Bench +2. And even though they'd seen us 7 times that month already, we came out for 24 hours at a time. Once they were assured that we were the good guys, the facility manager gave us a briefing by exception on anything broken down topside, anything important.
After the briefing, the 2-man crew would head downstairs to the launch control facility, which was sealed by an 8-ton blast-proof steel and concrete door. Inside was a no-loan zone designed to make sure no one could sabotage the missiles.
This was the deputy's position. The commander's position is up in the front there. One of us could sleep, as I may have mentioned. If we were both awake, we'd be in our positions. Whoever happened to be awake, though, would sit at the commander's position up there monitoring that blue board called the MSIP, or Missile Status Indicator Panel.
If a missile launch was necessary, the 2-person crew would receive a message to authenticate individually. They would then go to a locked red safe, which housed the keys they needed to launch the missiles. Both keys would then be inserted to their slots, while the deputy would input a code to arm them. Then the missiles are in terminal countdown, which is a test to make sure they are ready to go.
My deputy has just armed the missiles. They're enabled all the way across. They all may not go, though. We don't know. Launch commanded. That's 1 launch vote has been received by 1 capsule. Launch in process. The 2nd launch vote comes in. Inner zone security. We're going to get the outer zone security. That's the radar is picking that up. The movement of that huge door rolling down and off the rails. And once the stage 1 of the missile lights and it takes off, the lower umbilical is going to separate, and you're going to get the missile away light that just flashed briefly on there.
After missile launch, the crew would brace for an enemy attack. If they were hit, crew members could possibly spend days underground before having to remove an escape hatch, dig sand out from above, and climb through a tube out to the surface. At the end of all of this, crew members could go back home to their families. At Delta 1, I'm Adrian Carbajal.
Make sure to tune in next Sunday for the 2nd part of the Minuteman series as we take a look at the Delta 9 missile silo.